to like 2, maybe even 3 points in leap kind of early on, just make sure she doesn't die to Moo. And you know, to your point, Moo, I think recently hasn't played as much Bat Ride as he did a lot in the past. They're gonna go for End on the bottom lane though, body blocking him up very well. Is this actually gonna be a kill? They have a fissure, and it's gonna connect. They got him.
Alright, Earthshaker in this patch, it's working. Apparently Kaka knows what he needs
As well, but it's just less desirable.
now. Mikasa battling again against Moo here, and come and try and get the rune, but unfortunately he's actually used his leap, and Mikasa might be in a lot of trouble. There's the flame back, and this could be second blood. He's going to be able to pop the stick charges. Kaka not even needed for that fissure, but that is he's going to kill. And then take a look at this, regen rune up the top. Like, this is the best start right here that Moo could have hoped for.
Moo is going to have such a fast set of items.
They know that they're going to win, and they don't overextend. And now you're going to end up seeing them thinking about even diving the tier 1 tower here. And he is in a lot of trouble, and I think that he might just go down. He's level 5. He doesn't have his level 6 up yet. Kaka's still looking. Oh no, yep, this is a problem. Alright, Kaka chasing. DC is over there as well. They're going to end up TPing in a couple of heroes, so this is going to end up bringing 3 down. The clips away. Mikasa's now no longer with them, and they might be able to get this fight. Fissure ends up being able to hit on the 2. They do have an Echo Swap if they want to throw it. DDC dropping low, and he is going to die. And I think Kaka can just walk out. They are just running circles around him.
The X didn't actually coming in. Got and they're gonna take down this Mark who's still on level 6. In the net now. He's probably gonna fall back. In the meantime, F watching by how. Oh my.
Quick kill, like, you can't really come in now on the side of Cheating Reborn and contest this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. If they do, they're just gonna get Static Storm glimpsed away. This is just really great aggression, and, well, alright, yeah, comes in, he ends up being able to take it down. Now maybe gonna also be able to bring down Mikasa. There's going to be the false promise, keeping him alive for the moment, but in the midst of that Static Storm, it's just too much damage. I think he's still gonna end up going down. Oh my god. Oracle, are you kidding me?
Which one? An arrow expecting everything. He's gonna get 50 coming, and he actually tackle his front. Wait, that guy, but now he gets him in front. I think not iron. One of the reasons why that you can just walk away from this. They're light dealer, but they're able to nullify the rest of the here for Newbee.
Back for the drums. The fact that DDC already has his level 6 up means that he can't find that initial pickoff anymore, and it really does cause a problem that they don't have that burst damage that they would need to be able to find kills. Mikasa is going to be glimpsed back, looking for the fish. Not quite enough damage to Echo Slam. Alright, he ends up being able to get that one, and that's a nice little pickup.
Dodge the smoke perfectly. Both team will.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna run into KP here, and he doesn't have his song. He needs to get out of here. Oh, in a lot of trouble. They went down. I think he might be able to escape. Alright, Fortune's End. The rest of the side of Newbee is going to be here and try and keep him alive. They're going to TP in now, and oh, he walked into it! Alright, maybe going to be able to kill off KP. That's a really big one. And I think with that, though, they might have overstepped their bounds slightly. They're going to be able to pull back Yang. They do get the false promise rather often. Mikasa should still die here, so they'll get one, but probably not more than that, I don't think. Yeah, it's, well, DC, he's in some trouble. Meanwhile, actually over on the other side, it looks like Faceless Void was able to take out Chuan. So a 2-for-1 exchange. It's starting to look, though, like VG Gaming Reborn are realizing what's harm. They're going to be able to actually compete late game against the Naga Siren.
I think the only reason is actually is, first of all, they're dead. This is
Slow push. They're still the stronger team right now in terms of the damage that they deal, as long as they don't get initiated upon. So you're seeing this gank come through, and if they end up being able to find the lifesteal here, I was going to be in a ton of trouble, and that's going to be the Chronosphere drop. They have the arrow follow-up, going to end up throwing it out there. The leap mid-air getting caught out, that's a kill. Meanwhile, Oracle jumped upon, Kaka's here as well. They throw out the fissure, DDC in a little bit of trouble, and he ends up popping his ultimate. Going to try and get out of there, but I'm pretty sure that it's curtains for him. They go out for the flame break, and that's going to find the kill.
Yeah, he didn't die immediately. I tried to go for Yang. Static Storm. Now Anne's gonna jump in. Yang actually needs to top out of here. He's gonna get back. And Mikasa gonna for the kill top with the pound. Kill for and Newbee again. not really the same page. They got everything for
Tower is under
level
attack.
14. 20 minutes in the game. That is not an easy kill. You know that if you get that kill, there's no afterwards. And now Moo's doing something up here. He probably he's gonna pop back and leap over the trees, glimpse back, and he's gonna be left for so they something here at least.
To end up losing it here, bottom lane, Taka in a lot of trouble. You do end up getting brought down. Not even going to be able to kill off this faceless void, I don't think. Well, maybe. All right, Static Storm drop down. They do end up catching him, and that's going to be enough. So he's going to fall now. The glimpse was good enough, and BBC is going to get dropped as well.
Now
And pushes out the waves. But that being said, Taka maybe a little bit of trouble, does turn it around, and maybe going to be able to kill off two. Taka and Yang drop a little. Can they find this kill? The Radiance Burn is not quite there. Yang is going to get glimpsed back, and this might be enough to finish him off. They drop the Chronosphere, ends up being able to get the false promise. That's FY control at the moment. I think Yang is going to actually survive from this one, and no, he ends up dropping. There wasn't enough heals. 4 dead. Just as I'm talking about Newbee.
That's her. She's almost there. Her. And by the time she's gonna have, well, she comes one more time. When
Radiant's top
away,
tower is under
I need
attack.
addiction.
Oh, it
They
doesn't
don't.
look like it.
It's awkward.
But...
They, but
Ooh.
this is all the way up here now.
They're not going to get her. Well, if she walks back this direction, Mikasa, you need to be a little bit careful. They'd use the scan, thinking it's going to be over in that direction, but
Radiant's top tower
they might
is
just
falling.
actually check over here. They should realize that he's in the area. Oh, God. Oh, Mikasa. No! Kaka is finding him and now trying to run away. Why did you come out of the trees? I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyways. The TP was on cooldown, and they have to
Smart kill. I don't think dude. I'm Static Storm. Shadow something ready. Trap's coming in. With Ice Killer. Some here the grab. Now that it's all the area back, and VG.R hitting kills at this point. You some point y'all are the ones to be doing the DDT doing it. You probably try to leave, they're gonna not last. See them run teleporting.
Yang is going to move in and try and take down this tower. They do have been able to get it, but it does not feel
Radiant's
like
bottom tower is
they
under
are going to be
attack.
able to really make any significant progress with this. Oh, glimpse back into the Static Storm. Yang going to be controlled, brought down, killed. Oh, and they got DDC as well. They were able to jump forward. He wanted to go for the false promise, but ends up getting it interrupted, and Echo Slam solo. He's still going to end up falling here. No way to stop it. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit more. KP is now caught FY. Everybody, BG Gaming Reborn, is just being destroyed. He does get a lift up there with the Yule Scepter, the body blocks of the Naga Siren Illusions, but more importantly, one right click from How. They find the kill. 10-24, and Newbee does not look back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Faceless played BKB there, but he maybe afterwards back to it depends on PK card. I think it just escape because it's doing but at the same time. I mean have the first attack kill him. You do 8 and then you edit it. The unless of that still don't get a fight front. Still haven't seen that take. But maybe open him arrow on but he's jumping DC. He's the one that go they're gonna grab him. The Kaka's damage. They'll grab out right click damage. Let's got the stuff he's use it. No. Pretty balanced. And I'm just gonna walk out of this. I think one for the going deep, looking for the knack just have more ways of picking people off. Big Moonlight Shadow, Chronospheres, or just jump in with large pound. Never be just yet. You're not gonna feel comfortable going for that. I kind of have to go well, man, interacts in the rain all down. That was the easiest push I've ever seen in the game. Now they grab it. There's no they do the false promise in time. Now they're able to catch. Finally, gonna start. The Corona's gonna only have to allies them. Meantime, there's some rest of push the rest of them forward into their own base. And KP is doing so much damage at this point. And finally, top EKB. This would be Yang, and they're gonna lose. And one and after losing 2 sets of restless, and it's good.
My God, Newbee are so strong. And you look at this, like at the net worth graph, At that 20-minute mark, the 22-minute mark roughly, it was a cascade of problems. Destroy Mikasa in game number 1, and it's definitely new school versus old school. I mean,
It's probably just going to be mostly sacrifice lanes, at least off lanes, but they find it in the bubble.
Yeah,
the
this is
arrow.
going to end up being a kill. Yang goes down there, and a pretty nice combination. I mean, you can see that they still have hope. Fairy Fire almost there. First blood away the Shadow Demon, although Kaka is going to pay for it as Elder
Not farming. They're even going to cancel the Salve, but they might lose their own life because of it. FY tagged the arrow is going to get clobbered by this Terrorblade and his illusions. And for VG.R,
we do finally have KP. He's going to start messing around with N down here in the bottom lane as the 4-minute mark comes in. Continuing to right-click him. He does have a silence available if he wants to go for it, but already switching over to waveform. There's also the ET in the air. KP not going to end getting taken out, but looks like they're able to still harass that Morphling fairly effectively. Top lane, they end up being able to get an arrow on the Yang, and that should be another kill go away. They're probably going to be able to find a kill with this. And it looks like it might be FY, or possibly even Mikasa that ends up going down because of it. No, it's going to be FY. He ends up falling. Timbersaw gets...
This is the first nighttime phase. We very rarely see Night Stalker get this much action for the first night.
Ooh, this could be a problem. KP does spot out Mikasa, but they do have the silence now down on top to him. Haystron still keeping him fine for the moment. They get the disruption. Maybe going to be able to find something here. The arrow not quite going to hit as the Haystron kept him alive. Yang now going to drop though, so they end up being able to find one so far. Maybe going to be able to get a little bit more. Mikasa, Haystron about to wear out, and no luck as far as continuing this outside of ADC going down in here in mid.
Okay, well, this deficit that we're now going to see VG.R experience probably a little bit more than they planned for. Now his tower's going to fall, Mikasa. Uh-oh, this one's definitely going to land.
That was not the play. That was not the play in the least bit. Holy hell, 1-7. Like, this was really even beforehand, and now a tower gone, 5 heroes in your jungle. I was about to make a point that I felt like Newbee were kind of playing this badly. Previously, they would like place a ward behind the tower to try and find a kill, and they weren't able to get it that time. But now they're just showing that they can dive. They don't even. FY is going to get jumped upon here and might be able to make this. The sleep is going to keep him down. So FY is the kill on the Night Stalker. Maybe going to be able to get a little bit more out of this. Newbee is still chasing. Is going to have 4 stacks. That's the kill. One way takes down the Timbersaw though, and Kaka still alive. DDC taking damage, but it's not going to be enough. So the 2-for-1 exchange after a really good fight from maybe going to be able to find End. Oh my god, that was really close to going down. Stacking up those stacks of the Shadow Poison. 3 now on top of him. He's silent. He's just going to go down. How did he not leave?
There's no book on him just yet, but they do have a death ward, which is, almost just as good, if not better than a book. You just roar them, death ward them, and most heroes should die to that, but I don't think they're going to have the time of day. They're already being pushed over in mid. There's a fortification here. There is a couple of spam spells. They get the bar off on the Terrorblade, and 100 is zeroed. There used to be a Terror.
Just so scary going against the Morph lane. As we are going to see Moo get bored and going a little bit more trouble. Doesn't have all the stick charges, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to keep him there. He does get a little bit of damage out. He's going to burn through all of those refraction charges from Mikasa as Chuan is going to be looking. No damage coming out from him for the moment. DDC taking a couple from that Metamorphosis. That's going to be a kill. Arrow is going to hit. Mikasa gets low for the moment. They do have the silence down as well. Triple H Beer is already going to be there, and because he's in a lot of trouble, he is going to fall. Nicely played. That's all set up by that arrow. Maybe gonna be a
fast mechanism for a Mirana, and that's an astounding amount of farm considering she has no star still.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting thing for me. This skill build, maxing out arrow as well as the leaf. It makes sense given the context of the draft and Kaka being able to set up the arrows. But we've actually seen him hit a couple of those blinds. Yang is going to take a little bit of damage there. The boar still holding the line for the moment. There's going to be potential disruption for the moment. Just create a couple more of those illusions. Boar is going to end up being dropped down in a lot of trouble. Mikasa trying to bring down. Mirana's already killed off the Witch Doctor though, and End in the midst of everybody jumps on top of KP. Not sure if it's going to be enough to bring him down. Mikasa's still there. He's going to turn now on to Kaka. That might be a kill. Oh, wait, blink away. Chuan still chasing, not finding. And it looks like Kaka does have another disruption in a second, but with the Moonlight Shadow, they should be able to walk away from this. So at the end of the day, the only one that goes down there is the Witch Doctor. The rest of Newbee might look to see if they can kill off the Mikasas. They do have eyes on him. There's the sun. They're looking for more. They're not going to be able to find it. Maybe
Arrow?
Arrow? Looking, not finding. He's still in the middle of all these guys. Newbee are never giving up. Moo jumped upon him, still able to blink away. Refraction, pretty good. There's Morphling kills off the Shadow Demons on the back line. Why didn't Newbee back out? I mean, how...
To surprisingly agree, but still VG.R, it's the Morphling. He sneak into the back of the Newbee formation and just start picking him apart. Got most of his stats morphed into agility, plus the defensive power with Lincoln Spear, soon to be the Ethereal Blade on him, and maybe even a double life. Newbies, they are going to be spotted most of the time. There's a Hawk for head, there's spirits running about, Moo's going to throw in a saw. And then mess him up. Swan's gonna jump in, looks for the steal, grabs the Aegis. He's gonna lose his life immediately, but that's already a huge success here for Newbee because now how he's roaming in. But he does have his Metamorphosis, he's gonna hit with the stomp. Can they focus him down? They have the roar, but the damage output needs to be there. They have the Death Ward. How? He does have a Thunder, but he can't cast it. In pit though, they've been taking the Morphling to take down Mikasa as well. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. But for Newbee, that is so much better than they could have otherwise turned. They deny the Aegis, they take that fight without Metamorphosis, and they still might just get more. F9, caught in the spot, is getting some from the cast. I don't think you can escape Moo, who's actually out of mana. Maybe he can't after all. Yeah, it looks like that will be it. It's me. No, who's still going in for this? He got him! Okay, Timbersoft did.
And it does look like they're going to back out for the moment. Oh, nighttime just running out. They do have darkness available still. But it looks like they're not going to be able to find that VG Gaming Reborn.
Nice shadow. We're going to see it run. Hawk is going to see this though.
Oh.
What's going on? He just sees something across the map.
I mean, Witch Doctor literally just going, oh, the arrow! Oh, Necro, okay, he takes the gank, now Darkness popping, VG Gaming Reborn need to stick together, but they're just going into a wiggle. Well, funnel, this is dangerous indeed. Moose stunned for the moment now, turning more Yang, taking a lot of damage, and it looks like they're going to end up being able to... Oh, no. Oh, no. My game didn't crash. I'm live. Are you still here? Okay, all of VG Gaming Reborn and all of Newbee just died. They're disconnected from the game. But How had an attack command going, and because of that, he was able to kill Beastmaster when nothing was going on. So Beastmaster's dead. Like, VG Gaming Reborn are standing together with nothing happening, and they don't have a roar now because everybody disconnected. Oh no. No, there's big advantage. There's a big advantage. They don't have control now. Terribly. It's paused. It's paused, but already, like, when the disconnect was happening, nobody was moving. And the Beastmaster got right-clicked to death because How was just going. Everybody disconnected at the same time. And because they did an attack command from How, that killed the Beastmaster. There's a lot of anger in the chat right now. A lot of people are upset. Moo? Yeah, everybody has all of their skills. But I mean, look at VG.R. What are they going to use to control this? Like, right now, they have their Elder Titan who's really far away, hasn't even casted Astral Spirit at this point, and the Echo Stomp, it's not going to be able to come out in time. They don't have any way to stop Terrorblade from hitting them. They don't have any way for Timbersaw to not just destroy them. not educate. I think it's now. Well, that would not be the best. The broadcasters. That's alright. End of game. Okay, GG. What? 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 Is that... That's it? That's it?